going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition. I'm gonna give it some time for people to pop in here today. I need to change that up. Hope everyone's having a good week. I had a good weekend, should I say? Hope everybody had a good weekend. I'm gonna get a couple things together because tomorrow I'm gonna really have to dive into getting some things together here for the tournament come this Saturday. Definitely gonna have to dive in. Definitely gonna have to dive in on that for this Saturday. Trying to figure out what how I want to set these jig heads up here. Do not know yet. I don't know. Figure it out. Got 3 styles right now that I'm looking at. 3 different styles. But we shall see what I got here. Just going over some of these, my pulse jigs. In case for Saturday. Trying to get them up and ready. I got plenty. I got some white. Boom, boom. Tennessee shad. I got gray. Got one more of those. I got some 1/8 ounce ones yet too. I might chuck those. Don't know what I want to do yet. But we shall see. I don't want that swim bait on there. To cut some of this stuff. Hopefully everyone's having a look at that 1/8 ounce one. This sucker's tiny. Boom. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Getting some stuff ready. While we wait for some people to get in here. Welcome, whoever just joined. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Boom, boom, boom. Getting some stuff ready. Ooh. I'm stuck. Welcome, 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 whoever you are. Bent the hook. Spinning PJ by Matt Airy. I think I got a couple more of those up there. Yeah, I do. Just trying to get some stuff ready and situated. Get some baits ready. Some numerous colors. Some gray. Got the Tennessee shad. Baits ready. Boom. Then I got one to go on the white or the gray. Some more. So I got a couple baits here ready to get put on. Tennessee shads are nice. Real little style. I got 2 of those left. I use those the heaviest. Those and the white ones. Just to give you a heads up. Then, of course, I got these ones, of course. So I should be set. I should be set. What is that? Wait to see who all pops in here yet. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully it's not, hopefully I set that up right, that it's not, what you call it? I ain't mute microphone. I ain't sharing. Can't do any of that stuff. I'm drinking a lot of water tonight. My stomach's upset for some reason. I don't know what I ate. I do not know what is going on. But there will be during the tournament this weekend, there's a cold front coming in. So it's going to get down in the, I think, 30s Friday night, in the mid 30s. So it'll be a lot chillier than what it's usually been. So I'm getting set up here with some pulse jigs ready to go, ready to rock and roll. I got one ready right here. You guys can see that one. That one's ready. You got the pure white, all white there. I'll buy it. Then, of course, you got the Tennessee Shad. And then you just got your basic plain Jane. Boom. So I am ready. I am ready to throw those. Welcome, whoever just joined. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm definitely ready for just in case. Just in case game for this weekend, in case it gets, that cold front and they stop the biting. The biting's off a little bit, so that's why I'm getting my pulse jigs ready. I don't like that bait on this one. Welcome, whoever else just joined. Appreciate you stopping in. I'm getting another Tennessee Shad ready just in case. So I got all three colors that I like using. Got the Tennessee Shad. Of course, that one as well. There you go. And then I gotta have my white one. And as you see, I already got one hooked up, ready to go on this one. And that's almost like the one that I used was Monday when I was struggling out there. Like, it was very, 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 very windy. Monday when I went out. And it was very calm in the morning when I got out there. So I knew chatterbaits wouldn't work. I don't think they were going to hit top water, so I didn't bring anything top water. But I needed to do types of finesse fishing Monday morning because it was like glass when I first got out there. I'm like, man, it was supposed to be windy, a little bit windy, but it wasn't at all, man. It was just glass calm. So I'm just like, all right. So I didn't get a bite. I didn't get a bite at all for like, I don't know, a good first hour. And I'm like, all right, I have to switch this up. I have to go finesse. So that's when I put on the pulse jig and started throwing that around. As you see right here, this is exactly what I was using when I'll go down to finesse. Right here. Exactly what I had tied on. This here, if I want to go finesse, it's nice. I love it. Just go ahead. I'll tie that on and just let this sucker go to work. Let that thing go to work. I love it. And of course, you can see how thin this line is. I got it on 12-pound fluorocarbon. But I have it on a 7:1 gear ratio. So, and this is a Daiwa Tatula SVTW. So this is a BFS reel. So I can launch these 1/8. You can do the 3/8. You can do 1/2 inch, but all your smaller baits, I love that. And this is on my KLX light medium heavy. It's a light medium heavy rod. It's almost like a what I would say is a cranking rod, basically. This is basically like a cranking rod. Their technique specific on this rod is for, they probably don't have it on here. It just says it's open water and sparse cover. So it's number 3 on their scale for medium heavy. It's just a light medium heavy, 6'9". I just like their, whenever I go finesse, I like their light medium heavy rods. Has a lot of play in it, a lot of play, but yet the backbone of it is a medium heavy. So you at least still can horse them out, but it has a lot of tip. But yeah, when I was out Saturday, I tried everything. So apparently they switched up colors already. I'm stuck. I couldn't get a bite at all on anything red. So they were hitting red on Old Hickory. They'll probably hit red. They were hitting red on the river. And the last tournament when I was on the river, I came in 4th. They weren't hitting red. They went to orange, like neon orange, like boil crawl. So I switched it up, and that's where I was getting it. And I couldn't get anything on this rattle trap. Couldn't get anything on my Fritz sides that were all red. 6-cent lures, nothing. They didn't want anything red. So the past couple of fish that I've caught on Old Hickory have been on orange and finesse style, except for my chatterbait fish. Saturday's one that I caught on the chatterbait was on the Mini Max. That one there was on the Mini Max, and I got a real, where's it at? Real tiny, oh shoot, come on. And I have the Fluke, I have the Zoom Fluke Junior on there. All right, real small bait on the Mini Max. And that's what I was getting them on. So as you see, I just got a small Fluke Junior. Just real tiny bait. So get all these off. I'll show you. I got packs of them. This is all that I'm using. Is that weightless fluke? Is it weightless fluke season yet? Nope. You could try it, but that's all that I'm using as my trailer on these Mini Max. A lot of people are going to be throwing the chatterbaits around. So what is one extra way to go? You can still throw a chatterbait, but it's a total different presentation. It's small, bait fish style. It's small. So I'll feel that I'll be able to get more bites on this when other people are throwing a chatterbait. Regular one, should I say. Bladed jig, whatever you want to call them. I have numerous setups for when I went out Monday. I even busted out my old rod. I even busted out the Carbon Light 2.0, buddy. Carbon Light 2.0. Busted out the Carbon Light 2.0. And on this one, this is what I had. I couldn't even get a bite on this one either. This one here's the Slobber Knocker. So I had this one on here. It's almost like a green pumpkin style shad color. Couldn't get a bite on that. And this is on one of my older reels, but this one is a Lew's custom black. This one's a 7.5-to-1 gear ratio. It's a Lew's custom black. And as you see that, there's braid on that sucker. There is braid, but there's a fluorocarbon leader. So I got braid and a 17-pound fluorocarbon leader. So that was my backup. So that way I could have all my different ones. So I can try different styles. I can go throw this a little higher in the water column, use a half ounce, throw this a little higher in the water column. And it was with my braid and my fluorocarbon. And this is a 7:5 to 1 gear ratio. So I tried this one. Didn't get nothing on it. So I had numerous ones. All right. So now I have this one on my KVD cranking. This is my first, I would say, decent cranking rod. My KVD cranking rod is right here. Boom. This was like my first cranking rod. But on this one here, this one has, as you can see, the Minimax. But this has my Daiwa Tatula 6.3 to 1. 100. No, sorry. My Tatula 6.3 to 1 100 HL. So I have a 6.3 to 1. All right. So I have a 7.5 to 1 on my Lew's. I have a 6.3 to 1 on my 100 HL. This one's 15-pound fluorocarbon. So I just wanted to see about this one. I gave that a shot. Nothing. So then I came back to my regular. Now, this is my regular chatterbait rod. This is my Kistler feeling reel. All right. This one's a 50-50 composite. Very, very bent. It bends very, very, should I say it's, I don't know, like extremely moderate, should I say. So now I have my SLX DC. All right. So I got this one in a 7.2 to 1. So I have a 7.5 to 1, 7.2 to 1, and I have a 6.3 to 1. So I got numerous gear ratios to actually throw. So this is 7.2 to 1, 6.3 to 1, 7.5 to 1 in the Lew's. And then I tried going slow. I got my other feeling reel. And of course, I tried using the underspin. Tried using an underspin at the beginning for a while. I couldn't get bit on that. I like these screw lock keepers on here. Just go ahead, bring it up, put it right in there in the middle, pull it back, to expose it, doom, done. Hook's gone. But this one is my Kistler reel. And this one is, I'm pretty sure, is a 7.3. This is a 7.3 to 1. Yeah, this one's a 7.3 to 1. So I got numerous gear ratios that I was trying out just to see what they were going to hit on. And I couldn't get anything on Monday. Because by the time that I thought I might have been able to figure it out, that wind picked up so bad. It got so windy, it was just ridiculous. And then, of course, my cranking. This is my older one. This is my backup. This is my Kistler. I think this one's 7'6". Yeah, 7'6", medium heavy. This is my Argon series, and of course I got the rock crawler on here. And this one's 6.3 to 1. Daiwa Tatula CT. I love their stuff. I love Daiwas. Really, really huge. So that's my one cranking rod. That is that one. And then, of course, my go-to one that I use all the time is you go from the Argon series with those blanks, and then you take the next step up and you go to the KLX. This one's my KLX. But this is on my 6.3 to 1 Daiwa Tatula SVTW. Yeah, something just fell. But
this is my regular go-to. This is my go-to rod. It's just very, very light, very, very, very sensitive. And of course, gotta have their pal there, OG Slim. So I tried numerous stuff. It just was not working. It just was not working. So, of course, brought out my jig. Now, you got my jig rod. Kistler Argon series. And I was using my shaky head. But I was using a shaky head with a larger Ned bait yet too. So I was using a Cosmic Black. So I don't know if you can see, got that shaky head ready. Oh, I have it ready. But with my stuff I just hung up on the wall, it's going to be different. See, I don't know if you can see how this is all nice and rounded. And then all of a sudden it's flat. I don't know if you can see the flatness. You can see how flat that is. So now, when you take this, bring this up. Boom. See how straight line that is? The hook's not even in there yet. It's not even in yet. But with that flat, all you do is you pull that back. And now all of a sudden it's exposed in there. Boom. So you can't even see it. It's nice and straight. And all I do is just boom. Like, I don't lose fish with this. But I also have this one on my other Kistler reel. This is a series. This one here is a series 2. This is the cheaper one. I have my series 1 somewhere. I don't know where that's at. I don't know what rod that's on, but it's somewhere around here. But I have that set up, ready to go. And what else did I have? That was basically it. Nope. That's all the stuff that I tried Monday. It was just tough. But yeah, anytime that I go ahead and post any videos and like pictures, I'm not that type of person. Like, some people on different websites, I'll say Old Hickory, Percy Priest, wherever it is, a lot of guys want to black out their background. You know what I mean? Like, it's that important, you know, that nobody knows where it is, even though people probably fish there all the time. That ain't me. That's why a couple of my last videos, I am going to be going ahead and trying to find these spots and trying to find the biggest bass in the areas. And I'm going to post the spots at where I catch the fish. So I'm going to do the total opposite of what all these other people are doing. Oh, it's got to be hush hush. It's got to be this. It's got to be that. I'm going to do the total opposite. I am going to post the exact location of where I've been catching fish. But what people don't understand is I can post all the stuff in the world about where I catch the fish. Problem is you and me do not fish alike. Do not run the same types of baits. Do not do stop and go retrieves like how I do or how you do. You can tell me a spot where you just caught 30 fish, and every time you go there, you catch 30 fish, and I go there and I get skunked. That's because I don't fish the same way you do. That's what people are not getting. So when people try to hide their stuff, it's kind of tough. But since Josh is on here too, just so you know, Josh, I'm all ready for this weekend yet too. This is a must-have just in case, because it's spring and summer, and it's really good in the winter. I have the white. There's your white pulse jig. That's a regular pulse jig. Then you have your Tennessee shad. All right. And you also got this on color 2 as well, which I like. It's one thing for the boat angler to do. Yeah. This is another thing that's a must-have. This is what I caught my stuff on. It's very not difficult to fish. You don't get stuck a lot. I fish just like a chatterbait in a way. I can throw it around banks. I can throw it around grass because you have the open hook. But don't forget when you're running, this is almost like a weed guard. So just giving you a heads up, you can use this in numerous ways and what people don't understand. So you have your chatterbait, and then this, when it goes through the water, it just rocks back and forth and thumps. So you can use this for bank fishing it too. And then if you really want to go real tiny, I got a real tiny one. You barely can even see that thing. Very tiny. It's real finesse. But yeah, so because that cold front's gonna be coming in, so I'm definitely gonna be thinking about what I am going to bring, because what I'm going to be doing is getting my stuff ready slowly tomorrow, and I'm taking one tackle bag with me, not my box, not all my lures, not this and this. I gotta consolidate it all to one bag. So I'm just trying to figure out to put everything in a basic to where I could use numerous rods for different applications. So for one, 12-pound fluorocarbon. All right. I already got the pulse jig on here. For one, with the fluorocarbon on there with 12 pound, and I run this little snap on there, so I can, how I have it on my, I don't know if you can see it, how I have it on my crankbaits, I can change from my pulse jigs, not worry about retying. I can go ahead, all right, I don't want to, because this is on a light, medium, heavy rod. All right, I don't feel like retying, so I can go ahead and throw my rattle traps on there. I can throw rattle traps on there. And since it's so light, medium, heavy, I can throw square bills on there yet too with my 12-pound fluorocarbon. So I can do numerous stuff without changing any line, any type of rods or reels. I don't gotta worry about changing anything. Like that one there is a go-to. It's a light, medium, heavy. So you can throw all your underspins. You can throw your rattle traps. You can throw your smaller crankbaits like your square bills. Excuse me, your shallow crankbaits. If you want to throw any poppers on there, you can throw a popper on there. I wouldn't recommend to right now because I got fluorocarbon on there. Sucker will sink. But if you had braid on for in the summer. But there's numerous different types of things that I can just do with that one rod. I'm also going to be bringing a spinning rod. I got 20-pound braid all the way down to 10-pound fluorocarbon leader. So that will be on my drop shot. And I'll be bringing, that's my Lew's Mach 1, my Mach 1 combo. And then I'll be bringing my other spinning rod, which I'm going to be throwing a finesse, just a regular swim bait, open hook and everything. So I can go ahead and throw that out and just let it pendulum down. So I'm looking to throw that, and then I'm going to change out this one that I was messing around with is the Largo shad, but I'm going to change that out, and I'm going to use my finesse swim bait head. So I will be using that as well, because there's not enough hook room to actually penetrate the fish's mouth. So there's not much room at all there, and it doesn't compress. So you cannot use the Largo shad, like I said the last time. So I'm bringing that. I'm bringing a jig yet too, a jig rod, chatterbait rod, and I'm bringing one crankbait rod. So I basically can hit every aspect that what you need to fish for right now, whether it's going to be cold because that cold front's coming through, or if it does get sunny, nice, and it warms up, and I need some faster moving baits, I can go ahead and do that as well. So I'm gonna take some red crankbaits. I'm going to take a couple different because Dale Hollow's a clear lake. So I'm going to take shad and I'm going to take crawl pattern. And of course, I'm going to take my new Money Badger, which is almost looks like a root beer colored crankbait. So I don't know if all you guys have seen that, but it's like a root beer color. So I am going to take that. So that will be Saturday. Monday, I don't know what I'm doing Monday yet, if I'm going to be going out fishing or not. Who knows yet, but more than likely, yeah, probably. But we shall see about Saturday because it is my first event. But for anybody else that has been fishing, it is surprising that they have turned off that red crankbait. Monday will be the first full day of spring break. Oh, for the kids. So you got to stay home. You're home for that day, correct? You are home for that day. Gotcha. I think it might be rainy Monday too. So, I think it might be rainy Monday. So, I don't even know yet. But yeah, that is going to be my basic setup for this weekend. And then after that, it doesn't look like the bass are up yet in Old Hickory, which I thought they were pushing up because, people have been catching some fatter ones. But I don't think they are yet. I really don't think because the water temperature got up. I think when we were out Saturday, Josh, I think it got up to like 60. Or maybe after I dropped you off Saturday. Later on Saturday, I think it got like 60 some degrees. Or maybe it was 60 when I was with you before we dropped you back off. I'm not sure. But it wasn't as warm Monday. And it was so windy. It was just ridiculous. It was not fun to fish. Like, it was just pounding everywhere that I tried to fish. The wind's turning my boat. Like, it was just annoying. And where I wanted to fish, I had problems getting to because all the logs in the middle of the lake. You had to dodge those. It was just a nightmare. But I definitely will be keeping you guys updated. I'm hoping that I get someone Saturday that doesn't mind me streaming, so I can actually stream the event. Because I hope, if he tells me that I can't, film certain areas, I get that. I understand that, and I ain't gonna. But I hope he doesn't mind, me filming a bunch of them, because I would like to get that all on video as much as possible. I think that'll be a great video for my first time. Oh, look at that. I got dog hair. I've seen it. But I think that'll be a great one to start off for the season. And then after that, the next one's at Dale Hollow then too. I think that's Palm Sunday. I think that's when that is yet too. So I'll have to go back up Saturday. I won't be fishing that Saturday. But yeah, that was the basic stuff that I'm actually running for right now. I'm not running anything real heavy, 15-pound fluoro for all my chatterbaits or anything else. My jigs, 15-pound fluorocarbon. Like, I don't need anything bigger than that. It's not real heavy, thick grass. I'm not using braid. I do have braid on my other rods, but a lot of those are all like, a lot of the rods sitting over there are all top water. So, and the one I think's a Nico rig. So I got that one braid to fluorocarbon. But that is what I have for right now. Sorry about that. I got stuff in my eyes. My eyes are watering. It's going crazy. But yeah, I mean, I think this here is going to be the deal this weekend. To be honest, I think this pulse jig is going to be the deal. Either it's going to be the Tennessee shad or the white one that I got on right now, a white one like this. I think that is definitely going to be the deal because that cold front coming through, and it just has a little bit of a thump. There's no noise from it. There's no BBs. There's no nothing, and you still got somewhat of a chatterbait thump. Plus, it goes swimming side to side yet too. So, I think that'll be beneficial at the same exact time. But I'm just debating what all I want to bring, and I'm also probably gonna bring this guy here, my black and green pumpkin finesse jig, and we're bringing that one along. That one's gonna be a must. That one I'm gonna have with me. So I'm trying to line out some of the stuff as I'm out here in the boat of what I'm gonna take for this Saturday. Other than that, I don't think I'm gonna take a spinner. It'll be good to take, but I'm probably not more than likely gonna throw one. So I think it'll just be like wasted space to bring them along and try to put them in my bag. But other than that, we're just gonna have to wait and see how this all plays out because the upcoming weeks you got to figure we're gonna be in what 30s and 40s at night, upper 30s, lower 40s every single night. So that water's not gonna rise. I'm gonna go back down to the normal of where it should be right now. So the highest that we've seen was 60 degrees. I think that's really going to drop back down to the mid 50s. Come here within a week. The highs will be in the mid 50s on that water. So, and I really do not see them. If it stayed this warm, I could see them pulling up and trying to spawn. But with this colder weather coming, I just do not see them coming up yet because it's way, way too early. It's just what? Was it like March 3rd, 4th right now? It's way, way too early for that. So that will be the gist of it. We're just gonna have to play it by ear, and then upcoming weeks when I get out on the lake, we'll just have to go ahead and just try to figure them out. Because I'm not getting back on the river for right now because I'm gonna try to figure out like Old Hickory. Maybe get over to Percy Priest, see how that is. But I need to make a video over on Percy Priest yet too, because I haven't done one in a while. So that will probably be one of these days coming up. Go over to Percy Priest instead of Old Hickory. And then you have your normal tournaments that are around here. They're going to be on Percy Priest and that are on Old Hickory. So I might jump into those too as well. I think next Saturday there is a tournament on the river that I might get in. I think it's blasting off down toward Ashland City. So I might go ahead and hit that up, but I will not be driving my boat. I'll be going with someone else. Someone else asked me to go with them. So I'll probably jump in on that one. See how that one does. So that one I will bring probably the same amount of rods that I'm going to bring there to the tournament. Just bring them with and just bring a couple crankbaits, and that's about it. Because the river, I should be able to just use crankbaits for the most part because they're still feeding. So I will try red again. I will try orange. I will try shad. You know, I have all those colors. But it's just going to be hit or miss. There is one color that I do think that is going to end up picking up real soon that I haven't really thrown yet. I didn't catch anything on it, but I haven't really thrown it yet. But give me a second and I will show you. Two different colors that I think that are going to pick up. Just because of it warming up in case they start going to shad. And just the color, if they're really getting away from red, I have a funny feeling that this here is going to be my next guy that's going to be picking up a lot of work. The OG Slim there, and I don't even know the color, but I think that one there is going to be picking up some work in the upcoming days, or should I say weeks, if red's dying down. And this one, once I get it out, yeah, this is my DT10. A little green, a little bit of orange there too. But right here's the Fritz side, that two Fritz sides that I think that are gonna be end up doing well in the upcoming days, or should I say weeks, is I'm feeling that this one is gonna end up picking up heavy. That one right there. And the chartreuse in black. I just got a funny feeling that those two are going to end up being the next good ones. I haven't hit the 9 yet. I haven't caught anything on this knot besides my finger. I haven't caught anything on the 9 yet. Or the Fritz size 7, should I say. Maybe it is the 9. Yeah, it is the 9. This one's the 9. This is the... Oops. That's the 7. Then you got the bigger one, which is the 9. So I have a feeling that these ones are going to be go-to. And especially then you have your DT6. This is going to be another one of those on your lighter scale. I just got a funny feeling that those are going to be some of the ones that are going to start hitting soon. But like I said, those are going to be the basic colors that I am going to run. And I will try other colors, but I will let you guys know what colors are working and what colors aren't. So for right now, on Old Hickory, I haven't really caught much of the red. The red has died off on me on that. So I'm going to have to switch over to probably orange. Orange was doing well. So I'm going to try to throw orange hard and see how that works. Like put in some hours on the orange ones. And if that bite goes off, then I'll start moving over to a different color. Crawl pattern, a crawl color, or I'll just move over to shad. But I'm going to try that chartreuse one yet too. Because I don't know why they just switched colors all of a sudden. Like they were fired up on that red and it just died off like it's gone. Like I can't get a bite. I go back, throw it the same way that I've been for the past month and a half. Well, 3 months. Should I say 2 months? That Fritz out was the hottest bait that you could find out there to use on the river. That was the hottest bait. They were just chewing that. Chewing it. Anytime that I go out there, man, it was just, it was so easy to catch fish on that bait. Throw it out and crank it in. Throw it out and crank it in. You know, it was never a bad day, really, on there. Until that last time I was out was in a tournament. And I couldn't get a bite on that. So I just switched colors. I just tried that one and it just fired them up. And it was all orange. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm gonna try more orange Monday if I go out. See how that works. Might not work, it might. And then if I'm not getting a lot of bites, then I'm gonna go ahead and try something else. But we shall see. I will always keep you guys updated of what I'm throwing, how I'm throwing it, where I'm throwing it. And if I'm catching them, then I'll also let you know that too, because you'll see the video. But that is basically it. That will be it for that. So in case you guys were wondering, my last couple videos, I was just making fun of people, that were, when I put, is that your spot? So I was just making fun of people. Not like being mean, but that's why I was putting, is this your spot? I'm just trying to go around, just hit up spots and this, and this, and I'm going to post it all. Where I'm at, what I'm catching them at. Any questions you have there, I'm just going to let it know. Go ahead, shoot the questions, and that's that. But that is basically going to be it, because right now, all I'm focusing on is that tournament. So I wanted to get out, and which you guys haven't seen me throw the pulse jig. Now you guys see me throw the pulse finesse swim bait head. Now you guys see me throw that quite often, especially in Old Hickory and on the river. But I haven't thrown the pulse jig in probably about 5 months. So I had to get back out there and get used to that and get confidence back in that bait again. Excuse me, because I knew that I'm going to have to throw it this weekend. So I had to tie it on, and I had to start getting used to it again. That was a must. But I will say, man, if you guys do not have one, order a pack. I think the packs come with like 2 or 3. But that's a definite thing that, just to have. Because can't go wrong. Because if you're struggling on a crankbait bite, if you're struggling on this, and you know that there's fish there, you can use it in a pond. You can use it anywhere. You can use it in a creek. You can use it anywhere. Because you got to figure, this is deterring a lot of your hang-ups. This whole plastic piece here. So you got to see how far that bends back to go ahead. It even comes over wood. It'll come over and it'll roll, and this will catch. The bottom part will catch, and then it'll go back to swimming again. So this is actually pretty deadly around cover yet too. Brush piles, it's good. You don't get hung up, especially when you're coming up through the lumber. It'll come back and it'll roll. So this is a must to have in your arsenal. I would definitely recommend this to anybody. Now, the color, that's on you. I got all 3. One of them is going to get bit harder than the other. Always does. So I normally try to have three ready to go. Because if they don't want the white, I'm going to go to the Tennessee shad. If they don't want the Tennessee shad, then this is what they're going to be biting on. Right here. One of those. Now, they also have the head in a chartreuse, but I have that in a real heavy one. They have that in the... let me get one out that's heavier. This is my deeper one that I can get down around 20 feet very easily. As you can see, I beat that up down there in the rocks. I don't know if you can see, but it's the same exact thing. I'll get that down on the rocks and it just thumps. So I can just bomb cast that and just slow roll it. Whether you want to slow roll it on the bottom, whether you want to slow roll it on this, however you want to do it, it's virtually up to you. But what you were saying to Josh is are you ready for is it fluke season yet? I will be throwing these come shortly. I will be throwing these heavy. But for what people don't know with 6th Sense, I don't know if you can see that. It's built in right here. There's a little flap. So your hook fits right in there. comes out there and it lays nice and flat. So you can go over top of it and it doesn't even do nothing. So you go ahead and just a little bit, see how it's running like this, bring it up a little bit, pull back, T-expose it, and boom. I have a 4-aught hook on this. These are going to be huge here in a little while. As you can see, I got my bluegill one on right. So this, you can throw this around anywhere. Anywhere. So when you're talking about that, Josh, this is a must. Your regular flukes do not have that. 6th Sense has that little notch right here, both sides to where your hook comes out. So it lays in there. So yes, I do got regular flukes, Zoom flukes. They work. But at the same exact time, 6th Sense has that built in. Especially when it crushes down. If you look underneath, that's where your hook goes. I don't know if you can see that. But huge flap in this. No other bait has that. So your hook hides in there. So when you go to set the hook, it comes all the way up through. So now, the inside of that, your hook's pushing all the way out, and you have great hook penetration. Like, you got a lot of hook space there. And all you do is when you're done, you take it off, pull it back up, slide it back down, it's hanging down there, pull it back a little bit, boom, you're done. And it's back in. Other baits don't have that. So just giving you a heads up of why this here is really, really huge is because of the way it's made. But get yourself, you throw this in creeks, you can throw this wherever you want. You throw this lily pads, tops of grass, wherever you want to throw it. Like, I got packs upon packs upon packs of these. Like, these, you can go down, if they're using forage on bluegill, there you go. If you know they're eating bluegill, go into ponds. Boom. You have your bluegill. You have your shad. Then you have your white. What else do I got over there? Different shad patterns. Then you also got numerous different colors. But instead of going out and buying the pack of Zoom fluke, yeah, if you have them, use them. But grab yourself these because it's going to be about that time. Especially when they're schooling. If you're on a boat or if you're on a bank or something like that, and you start to see fish blowing up on bait, that's why I always like to have one of these tied on. Just cast it out there. And don't forget what the difference is between this soft jerk bait and a regular jerk bait is regular jerk baits either float or they have a slow sink. They don't have this where it's jerking back and forth and all of a sudden it's like how fish come up and hit schools. They'll go ahead and slap them and stun them and they'll just slowly fall down. Well, after you jerk this how many times, it's just slowly falling down and it's just looking like a dead unbait fish and all of a sudden, boom, they'll end up taking it. So just giving you a heads up that is definitely one that I would recommend to have tied on coming up. That is a definite must. So I'm all ready to go with that. I already got those set. I got those ready. Let me see if I can grab another pack. Let me show you the white ones. Let me see. Now, don't forget, 6th Sense also has the whale. Whale's another good swim bait. The whale's exactly like that too. You can throw this out there, but it's not a fluke. You can actually throw this out. They even have the smaller version too. Like, this is just like mush. All right, and it has that exact same thing here in the middle. to get your hook come all the way up through, and you can Texpose it on the top. So just giving you a heads up, that's another version. Now this is a lot heavier. You could throw this out with a keel weight. Just toss it out and just slowly just wind it back in. And it's just like, it's just one of those baits the way it's molded. Just like folds up in your hand. So that's another one that you can go ahead and try it too. That I recommend if you don't have. They have, I think, the 4-inch and the 3-inch. This one's the 4.5. So I have the larger ones. And then, of course, I got sitting in here your white. So I got these packs sitting in here ready to go for when it's time. Just go ahead, boom, done. Very easy to set up too. Where's my other one? In case you, it's very, very easy. Easiest one that you can do to set up. Anybody can go ahead and do it. When you got your hook. I'll show you here in a second. It's very, very easy. Take your extra wide gap hook. Let me get this line off. All right, you have your EWG style hook. All right, 4-aught. Take your regular bait, stick it in through the head, just right in the middle. It's very easy. But as you see this, you want to come out through there. All right. So all you're gonna do, bring it to the top, bring it down through, and have it come out right underneath. I don't know if you can see it where it opens up. All you're doing is bring it all the way out. Bring it all the way up. Have it like this. Twist it. Boom. Now you want to line it up. So all you're doing is sticking it in here. Bring that out. Don't forget that you have a line there. All right, just bring that out. Stick it in here. Come all the way out through the top. I'm going to keep on feeling to where you see it's going to come out these fins. Come out the fin, and boom. I just Texpose it, and now you're done. It's very, very easy, so it sits nice and straight. Now your hook's gone. There's nothing there. Everything's hidden. Very easy. So it's really good to throw this around grass. You can throw it wherever you want. This is a must. This will be, I'll say, probably the end of April. I'll try it during spawning season, but they're not active too much. So, I mean, it's kind of tough. I mean, you could try to throw it around beds and just let it fall down, like a bluegill colored after they spawn, and just let it just fall down to them. That's another way that you can go ahead and do it. But that is a must. You got to have white. You got to have numerous different shads and have blue bluegill. You always want to have, I would say, one of each. But you will see, and you will buy a pack of those, and then buy a pack of Zoom Flukes. Do I have a Zoom Fluke? See, I even got some 3.3-inch Kitex in here. All right, here's your larger Zoom Flukes. Here's your larger. So I'm just going to go over this one for a comparison. See how there's nothing on top? There is absolutely nothing. Nothing for that to sit in. So you're going to have to Texpose this on your own. Now it does have the bottom. The majority of them do, but you don't have the top. So now your hook's going to come out and you have to try to stick it in. So we'll go back to this one. I'll use that hook. I only have a 4-pack of. So I'm going to try to rig this one here too. Just a regular Zoom fluke. Come in through the top of the head. I'm going to come out, go into the top, come out the bottom. You always come out where the opening's at on these. Zip it up, pull it, bring it back through. Now, the head's in there, so say roughly, you want to try to line it up, so I'll say right about here. Make sure it comes out in the middle. And boom. But you have to run it flat. You see how this sits? So it's through. Pull back up. And then you got to texpose this one. So it's not as straight, and you can see the little bump where it actually comes out. So I have them. I do throw these when I run out of those, just because these are cheaper. But it's basically the same exact setup, the same exact way. Set it up, and all you're doing is, that's why it's called a soft jerk bait. But there's a huge, huge difference. And you can see the style of it too. Of the detail of what this has. The detail of what this has, the ribs, everything else. Versus just a plain old fluke. There's nothing to it. That's why you get so many in the pack. There's just nothing to it. But I have them. Now, when you get to the tiny flukes, I use those a lot for my drop shot. So you got that one. Then you have your smaller ones. I use those for my drop shots. You have your bigger speed shed. More smaller flukes for my drop shot. I even got smaller white ones. What else do I got in this bag? This is just like a little extra goodie bag that I got. Then, of course, I got my bobblehead. My little wobblehead. These I love. This is great when they're in summertime. I would recommend, Josh, in the summertime, get you a 1/2 ounce one. They're like great. These are one of the greatest things to use because you could use them like a crankbait. This is the hook with a 1/2 ounce weight. Your swinging head. These are great in the summer. Throw a crawl. You could put in any type of live bait. Well, not live bait, but shad, just a minnow or whatever you want. Cast it out and just slow reeling it back in here. That's it. Just wind it slow. Just make sure you get bottom contact the whole time. Just something extra when it gets warmer out. That's why I end up throwing this one on here. This one is your 6 cent stroker crawl. Your black and blue. I'll bust out one. It's not even open yet. This is your, I don't know if you can see with the light. It's just your regular black and blue crawl. Peel that. Peel that. And there you go. Cast that sucker out. Just drag it on the bottom on that thing while these things are just flapping. It runs perfect. Perfect with this because you're going to T-expose it, so it's going to be stuck in here, and as it's just dragging on the bottom, these things are just kicking around everywhere, which is really good. So if you like your creature baits, I would recommend. I got plenty of them, but that's just a bait that I like to use heavy, is 6 Senses Stroker Crawl. Now I have the prawn. Now the prawn is their other creature bait, but that one doesn't have as much action. So that's more of a, I'll say, a winter spawn, you know, to throw that over beds, like peg it. And if you're trying to sight fish, peg it. But they got all types of crazy colors. Like their Mexican spice I like. That one is green pumpkin and chartreuse. That one's called Mexican spice. That one's really good. But that's just some extra ones that I have just sitting here in the bag, just in case if I run out of stuff while I'm out there. Even though I got a bunch of stuff out there. But then, of course, you know, you got your Torn Outdoors. I got extra stuff here. Gotta have my Hog Farmer Spunk Shads. Then, of course, you gotta have your Rage Swimmers. More Torn Outdoors. More Torn Outdoors. You can see I use them. And more Drop Shot, little Zoom Flukes. And then I got the Bongo. Sitting here, I got 2 of them. Nope, where is it? I got 2 of them. So your Bongo you can use as a creature bait, or you can use it on the back of your chatterbait, which is huge. So, and I have them on my swim jig. So just giving you a heads up, I have the Bongo, 6 Senses Bongo on my swim jigs. I got the white, and I got the black and blue. Now, the reason why is you can even get bluegill color. So, you can keep it, run this on the back of your swim jig, chatterbait, you can throw it on your spinnerbait, whatever you want. But, what's cool about this is, you can run it as a crawl. Alright, it has little paddle tails on it. It has little paddles, so it really kicks. So you can run it like this, and all it's doing is kicking through here. Or, if I want to go ahead and run it on my chatterbait and not have it high, I'm going to flip it sideways. And now it's going to kick like a bait fish does. So you can run these 2 ways. That's just something else you can throw ahead on your extra stuff. They're 3.7s. So just giving you a heads up on those in case you're ever looking for types of stuff to put on the back of trailers. That's another thing to throw on there. Especially if you're a swim jig guy throwing off the bank, or you could even put them on the back of your jigs. That's another thing that you can use them for. You can put on the back of your jigs and it kicks exactly like crawfish. So you can buy one bait and use it for numerous things, which is huge. You can use it on your jigs, you can use it on your chatterbait, you can use them on your swim jigs as well. So it's a really versatile bait. I love them. But then again, you know, I'm a huge 6 Sense junkie. Josh from On the Real Fishing has switched over to the dark world, and he's using Googan baits. So he just switched over to the dark side. He has a lot of Googan baits he's trying out. Well, if you use everything, man, you go on. Cameron, what is good? What is going on? 6 Sense has their crappie fishing. They even have their hair jigs for crappie fish. Just go on their app. Just download the app, the 6 Sense app, buddy. I'm telling you. Their hair jigs I'm actually thinking about ordering some and trying to do some crappie fishing. I might try to do some crappie fishing come this summer. You're gonna see if I do some crappie fishing, we are gonna be doing. I'm gonna have my camera set up different. I'm gonna have one focused on the live active target and another one behind us, so that I can have numerous people come up front, so me and you can sit up front. So we'll probably be buying some crappie jigs. So just giving you a heads up, that is one thing I have not made a video of, is some crappie fishing. So I will be trying to do that this summer. Am I ready for this weekend? I think so. I think I'm ready. I still got to get my stuff together yet. I want to reline my crankbait rod. I want to reline that because that reel right there has the least amount of line on, because that's the one I use all the time. I'm always cranking. So I'm always breaking off, losing lures, this, and this, and retying. So, but I will say the greatest thing ever invented for fishing are these little things. These little things, right? Come on, phone, focus. These little things that are, so what people don't like using, excuse me, a lot of people don't like using them, and they're like, oh yeah, that they break, blah, 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 blah. All right, well, if they break so much, why are they on every top-notch chatterbait? Why are they on all your Thunder Crickets? Why are they on all your jackhammers? If it's that big of a problem, why are they on there? Apparently it's not that big of a problem. But what am I going to be running? I will be crankbait. I'm going to use, I got to set up. I only can bring a bag with me. So I have all my tackle up front, my tackle back here, tackle over here. I got to condense it into one. So one crankbait I am taking. That's my go-to. As you can see, it's like beat up. That's one. I'm bringing a rock crawler that dives 9 to 14 feet. That is two. I'm going to be bringing my Money Badger. That bad boy right there is going to, I'm hoping it's going to do some damage. As you can see, I tried using it. There's some grass. But that there is going to do some damage. Funny feeling. That one's coming with me. I don't know if I want to bring this rock crawler or not. I don't know. But you have that one. And of course, I got to bring that one. I don't know if they're ready for the shad colors, but if it is a little dingy, I got, oh man. Do you know who your boater is? No, I won't know until Friday night. I will probably be bringing this one too as well. Bring a red crawl pattern and lipless too. I have that. And we bring one of these. Shad. We'll bring another one that's like shad. Basically, I'm going to bring this whole box, but I'm going to add more to it. As you can see, this is one of my go-tos. It's beat up, but another shad. Then you got your lighter crawl patterns. A little bit of green on it. You can go to your DT8s. Now, of course, I have my crawl pattern, so you can go with your dark crawl. You can go a little reddish. I even have a smaller one to go with that. This one's going to be the green with orange on the bottom. That's your lighter crawl. Now that's just all your DTs. That's just in this box. So I'm taking this box with me. So you already know I have all my red crawl pattern frit sides. I'm bringing a 9. That is also going to be in there. Also got a 7. Also got a 7. So I have a 7, 7, and 9. Now I have your bigger one, your biggin, Fritz side 5. All right, that's that one. And then just in case, I'm going to put these back in the box. You have this color crawl with some orange on the bottom. Fritz side 5. And then you got your chartreuse in black. So I'm coloring, I got every color scheme Fritz side that I could possibly think of that would probably work in clear water. Now, that's your, do I want to bring flat sides? I don't know. So, like, I have a bag to fix up. So, I got this one's going with me. This is a must. I got your 14 footers, I got your 10 footers, your 8, and your 6. All right. Now, am I going to throw a couple, should I say, OG Slims in there? Yeah, probably. I'll probably throw an OG Slim in there. But I also want to throw, I want to see about some flat sides that have some rattles in it, because a lot of those, the Fritz sides don't have rattles on them. So I got to go to my 6th Sense for my rattles, and then I'll go flat side. So these are the ones that I'm thinking. I'm not going to go the older ones. I'm actually going to go with the new Finesse F4s, flat sides. So, my F4s, you have your red. Little, you know what I mean? You can see the weight transfer system in that. Probably going to bring that one. Now, also going to bring my bone colored one, of course. It's a flat side. You have your darker shad. In case it does get sunny, I don't know if you can see this. There's a little bit of chartreuse on the bottom. But you got that one. And just be safe, I'm going to go with yellow and black. Now, I could bring this one too, but this is your regular 75X flat side. The weather, as of now, a cold front's going to be coming in Friday night or Friday, as far as I know, and the temperature is going to drop. So it's going to be down in the upper 30s, low 40s that night, or even colder, I'm not sure. Or Saturday night, it'll be in the upper 30s. Now I also got your lipless. I'm going to throw a couple in there. So I got red. I'm going to go with a couple shad. So you got that one. I might go with this one with a little bit of chrome on it. I might put that one in there. But it's got a knocker in it. And of course, the Cheeto. Might throw that one in there. Now I'm stuck on my finger. And then this one's my go-to in the summer. This one right here. So this one's definitely coming. And then, of course, you got your newer Duke, which is, as you can see, the teeth marks on this sucker. I don't know if you can. but I'm bringing this one yet too. So this one's got a little bit of a green back to it. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can. There you go. So this one looks really good. So I have a couple of them that I'm thinking about bringing. Then, of course, I got to bring swim baits. I'm going to probably bring a couple swim jigs just in case. Like, which I already told you guys, I'm already loaded up on that. The Pulse jigs. Don't know what color that they're going to want, though, because you got white that I've caught that last one on. Then you got your Tennessee shad. And then, of course, you got your gray one. So that is going to be there. And then, of course, you're going to have your Finesse swim bait head. Your 1/4 ounce. So, pretty sure I got it all taken care of. For now, we shall see. I think I got the setup, so I'm taking 2 spinning and 3, maybe 4 bait casting ones. So, of course, I'm going to be taking ones that I can reuse, though, for numerous different things. Because like I was telling the guys earlier in the stream, like a lot of the guys left, but the ones that are new, I'm using my KLX. This is a 6'9" light, medium, heavy. So I can use this as a shallow crankbait rod. All right. I have my Pulse jig on this. 12-pound fluorocarbon. 7 1-to-1 Daiwa Tatula SVTW. So I can throw my 1/4 ounce swim baits on here. I could throw 1/8 ounce swim baits, and I could throw crankbaits on here. And it's a 6'9" light, medium, heavy. So I can throw numerous things on this rod. So that's why I'm taking this rod. And as you can see, it's the line's basically all there. But I have numerous things that I can do with this rod. So that's why I'm taking this rod. This is a must. And then, of course, I'm taking my crankbait rod, of course. I want to re-spool that. I do not know if I want to go with Yo-Zuri. I don't know if I want to go with FC Sniper, or I want to go with Basic Seagar. 12-pound fluoro. I don't know which. Do not know which one I want to run yet. Oh, sorry. Do I have it on here? Nope. This is my 16-pound, just in case. So that one's brand new. I use 16-pound for my chatterbait. I use 16-pound for my jigs. I use 16-pound for all that stuff. So I don't know. Pretty sure I'm going to run a couple different things. But my crankbait rod, I got 2 spinning rods. One's going to be a drop shot only, and the other one's going to have my swim bait head on, my 1/4 ounce. I'm going to throw that one on that one. And then this one here, I could throw my 1/4 ounce one yet too, but I could throw numerous stuff on that. That's also 12-pound. My crankbait's also 12-pound. So if need be, if one of those things and my lines blow up or whatever, I can use my crankbait rod, especially if they're hitting really good on those swim baits and the Pulse jigs. And say if I booger up a reel, I still have my other reels that have 12-pound fluoro on. That's why I like 12-pound fluoro, especially in the winter, for basically the majority of the stuff that you do. Because you could use so many different things in the winter. You know, that's why I like the KLX rod. This one here. I love it. It's a 6'9", like I said before, but it's a light, medium, heavy. You have your backbone of a medium heavy, but the tip up there is so moderate that you can go ahead, you can use it for rattle traps too. You can use it for, and in the summer. It's also made for your top water poppers. You know what I mean? Because it's such a moderate, you know what I mean? It's such a moderate tip. So you could use it in numerous different ways. But this year's probably gonna be my workhorse over my crankbait rod, which is kind of weird to say. But and I'm taking my jig. I'm gonna take my chatterbait rod. I'm gonna have that on my. I'm gonna take the one with my SLX DC, and then I'm gonna take my shaky head. So I have my bottom contact. I'm gonna take a shaky head. I'm gonna take a jig. Well, my shaky head is on my jig rod, so I'm gonna keep a shaky head tied on, but then I'll maybe use a jig. I don't know. But shaky head, deep dive, medium diving crankbait, which is gonna be on my other one, which my deep diving crankbait rod I can use for my A rig, my deep dive. That's my regular all around cranking rod. That's a 7'6", and that one's on a 6:3 to 1 gear ratio. That was also on an SV spool. I've had one like backlash on that, and that was because when I first bought it, going to head out, sir. Good luck this weekend. If I don't talk to you earlier, all right, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, buddy. I'm telling you, man. You need to stop in and get some pulse jigs, man. I'm telling you, especially if you're on the bank fishing. They even go down to. They have a lot of 1/8 ounces, so you can use it a lot of places. I even have a pack of 1/8 ounces in there, 1/8 ounce. So they're huge. You can go from 3/4 ounce all the way down to 1/8. So you can use them on as light a tackle as you want. You can use it on 6 pound, 8 pound test at 1/8 ounce, and it works great. You're just gonna have to pick whatever pattern that you like. What do you think is going to take to get a check this weekend? To be honest, I'll probably say you're gonna need £13. I'll say 13 pounds. Now, depending if that cold front comes a little earlier, then I'm going to drop that weight down. But if that cold front comes in a little later, I could up it. But I'll say as of now, I'll say 13 pounds. 13 pounds is going to be the one to get a check. That's my first tournament in MLF. So, but my whole thing is my shooting to catch one fish. If you catch one fish every tournament, you at least can try to make it the regionals. But, you know, it all depends on what my boater does. That is my whole nervous. It's at Dale Hollow Lake. It is at Dale Hollow. A lake I do not fish at all. So hopefully my boater knows exactly what he's doing. And depending on what he does, where he goes, I have a lot of different stuff that I can throw for that every scenario. So my whole thing is to catch one fish, but I'm really shooting for to place a top 10. Even though it's my first one, you could say that I'm foolish, this, and this. But my whole thing is top 10. That is what I'm shooting for. I'm not shooting top 20. I want to get in the top 10. And as long as my boater knows where he's going and can put me around fish, I should be able to get in the top 10. I should. As long as he can put me around the stuff that I need to be. But there's one bonus, is one smallmouth over 21 inches and the other one is under 16. So it's cool because now I can keep a smaller smallmouth. A lot of tournaments, they got to be 18 and over. So what's cool about this on Dale Hollow is one is 16 inches, smaller than 16 inches. So I can keep a 15-inch, 14-inch smallmouth. So that's huge. So I end up getting a short one, which is huge. But the problem is you can't get a middle. Just like my last tournament, I kept getting them in the middle, and it was getting frustrated. I kept getting 17 3/4, 17 1/2, and I couldn't do nothing with them. I think my heaviest smallmouth was probably 4 pounds and some change, and it was only like 16 1/2 inches big. I only weighed it, you know what I mean, because it looked big, but then once I measured it, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And it's only 16 inches. So it was, we shall see. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm going to be in the top 10. That's what I would like to do, is place in the top 10. That is what I'm setting my goal as. But my first goal is to catch one fish. Catch one fish. If I get a good pro or whatever that's fishing it, that knows what he's doing, I'm going to pay attention to what he's doing, where he's going, why he's throwing this, what he's doing. You know, and I'll even pick his mind too. Like, why are you doing this here? Why are you throwing this bait here? So I'll be asking questions. I just hope that, you know, he allows me to video it, because I'd like to get some of this information on video content so I can put it out there, you know, so other people can get a gist of, like, I'm in the background actually learning. Someone's telling me why we're fishing this way or why we're here. It ain't me telling you. All right, it ain't me. All right, well, this is what I do. Like when I make my videos on the river, I can't tell you nothing on the river. I can tell you I put in here, I go down this bank, I'll cruise all down throwing a crankbait, and I'll come back up, go down the other side, throw a crankbait. Now and then, but I pay attention to where I catch the fish. That's the thing, is when you're on the river, you can pay attention to where you catch the fish. All right, well, I caught it by, every big one that I caught was by like a muddy bank. All right, just like in that tournament where I was at a couple weeks ago that was on the river. Messed me all up because they were not biting that fritz side. All right, that's the bait. So I had to go ahead. All right, next strategy. They were on a crankbait bite, but they're not biting that fritz side. So let me throw that Cheeto colored one, that boiled crawfish. All right, I got a bite, got another one, caught another fish, caught another fish. They weren't big yet. And then I got my first big one. All right, that was 19 inches. Cool, throw that in there. Then I got another one that was 16 1/2 inches, which that was even fatter than that. All right, so now I somewhat have a pattern. If I'm catching these smallmouth and catching smallmouth, but it messed me up from the past 2 months of fishing that river. They were flopped. The whole pattern was flopped. I'd come down rock, riprap walls, and I'd come down the rocks on this side, on the opposite side, and they were there. It was the opposite. Now they were on the opposite side of the current. This time they were in the current, but they were on mud walls. So anything that there was like mud, rock and mud, they were there. So after the first 3 smallmouth, I'm like, all right, well, that one was in mud. I didn't catch them ever before in mud. The one over here was in mud. And now this one back over here is mud. So now I marked them all here and I try to figure out, all right, well, why? Now I'm looking at my Humminbird, and you have where the current is breaking and pushing against this mud bank over here. Now the current's coming over here and pushing against this mud bank over here. And then it comes back across again, and there's more current pushed against this mud bank. Well, they're sitting on all those current mud banks. So all I did the rest of the day is just work that pattern the whole way down the river, and they were there constantly. But they weren't, everything was all 16, 17, 15 inches. So there's nothing that I could do. And then all of a sudden my GoPro fried. So I want to learn and just take a look at what he's doing. Because you know he's going to have, I'm going to be in the back of the boat. So I can look at this unit right here. So I'm going to look, well, why is he up there? And then I can look on here. All right, well, there's a break here. There's a slope here, you know, or this is a flat. Why are we here? So I can look on this one while that one's over there. So I can try to keep an eye and try to pay attention to how how he's fishing it and why he's fishing it, to give me some guidance of what he's doing, why he's doing it. So I'm hoping, he's a decent guy, that fishes it well, that knows what he's doing. And I'd rather not get into a boat where he's driving around and he knows as much as I do. Like, that ain't gonna help me out at all. All right, I don't know anything on that lake. So if I'm fishing with someone that doesn't know much, or that knows as much as I do fishing wise, then that's really not going to benefit me. So that's my whole goal, is to learn throughout this whole season, is learn. And if I can get checks, great. I can put that away, and guess what? All right, now if I can start moving up the board and start, instead of getting like a $50 check, $75 check, or $125 check, maybe one day I can get that $3,000 check or $1,500 check. That would be great to get, because then all of a sudden I can put that away, and guess what? Now all of a sudden I learned on this lake, learned on this lake, I learned on this lake. So when I come back to this lake, at this point in this time of the year, this is where I'm going to go, because we have our first one is on Dale Hollow. Then on Palm Sunday, the second tournament is back on Dale Hollow again. So I'm having back-to-back tournaments on Dale Hollow. All right, so that's giving me 2 opportunities, 2 different boaters, to see how they're going to fish in 2 different scenarios. So right now it's not pre-spawn yet. So we're going to see how he's fishing winter style. And then come April, now all of a sudden that should be pre-spawn or spawn, depending on the water temperature there. Now I'm going to see how he fishes that. Now come next year, say if I end up winning money, or somehow I end up getting a boat and I want to enter myself in by myself, as a boater, now I got 2 different things to go off of. But I'd also want to get up there more often. And the third one is going to be on Center Hill. I don't know Center Hill too much, so I'm going to learn on that one. Now the last 2 are on Old Hickory. So that one, that's my lake. So I just want to see if he's going to go upriver or downriver, because where they put in at is nowhere near where I fish. So that one's going to be iffy of what he's going to do, because I don't know anything upriver, but I definitely can fish it. So, but we shall see, though. We shall see. My whole goal is to catch one fish. To catch a fish. Start there. And then progress. I mean, great. You know how good of a day that would be if I could call fish? You know what I mean? Like, that would be awesome. But I'm not saying it's going to happen, because probably not going to happen. But it could. So I want to start off on one fish. But anyway, all right, man. I appreciate you guys stopping in. Probably going to wrap this up. I'm going to go get a shower and get ready to go to bed. And then tomorrow I'm going to have to reline, respool some reels. I already got backing on where my braid's at, so I don't have to go back far to reline on. I'm just going to go back and just fill them up. But anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping in tonight and hanging out. And I'll keep you updated of what is all going out. Hopefully I got a decent video to put out Sunday. That'd be great to have. And I'll probably be back on Old Hickory Monday too as well. So just want to give you guys a heads up. I appreciate you guys stopping by, hanging out with me. And if you guys ever want to stop into anything, you can go ahead and check out Backdraft Lures for one. You can use Blyler 10 or Bible Belt 10, I think is what he has it as. You go in there, you get 10% off. You can go to Kistler Rods and Reels. You can also use Chad 10 on that. You get 10% off there. And you can also go to Pulse Fish Lures and use Blyler 15 at that one. You get 15% off all your Pulse Lures. You get 2. So those are my 3 main sponsors that I got for this year. I'm going to be looking to try to get into a line sponsor. So I've sent some emails out. I haven't got any responses back, but we shall see. But I appreciate you guys stopping in here, and I'll catch you guys next time. And hopefully I do well this weekend. Wish me luck. See you guys.